he wants to get you guys excited as possible, so he created an awesome trailer for us.
There you go. Here we go. Eddie trailer. Let's
He put a
go.
lot of effort into not just the camera angle.
It's gonna
angles and
happen.
all that stuff,
It's gonna
but
happen.
The sound, the music to the trailer, everything is gonna be intense. So we're trying to bring the voltage here, get everyone excited, and yeah.
Let's go.
get to it then.
It's gonna happen. It's happening. It's happening. Let's go. Okay. Let's see how Eddie looks like on this game. And how he moves. Yeah. Ooh.
Você vai ver o melhor da capoeira.
Jesus Christ. This is Tekken Tag 1 Eddie theme. Indomitable Flash.
New challenger!
Coração ardente, mas cabeça fria.
Eddy Gordo!
Gordo! Alright. Damn. Yeah, he has some stance now. Wow, you can fake it. Alright. Oh, he's gonna be a menace. Damn. Jesus Christ, those moves. What? Yeah.
Parece que você continua impiedosa como sempre.
Yeah, especially intro with Nina. He has a buff. Ooh. Oh God. Damn. Yeah, he's a completely different character from his past iteration. Oh, there we go.
Os ventos da vitória estão a nosso
Wow!
Esse é o seu último jogo.
Wow, that's a freaking dope rage art.
Ninguém me segura.
Damn, that's so awesome. That's cool. He just like summons like a wind of people. Of course, they're going to drop it. Yes, let's go. Nope. I know what I'm going to do on April 1st.
Eu juro pelo meu mestre. Não
Woo!
vou perder.
Nice. Yeah, general access April 5th
中津寝てよし。
ありがとうございます。
or April 4th for
They're
Pacific.
saying, you can sleep now, Nakatsu. Your work is
Woo.
done.
音楽でちょっとだいぶ目が覚めてきました。
そうですね。
Yeah, the early access of Eddy is gonna be on April 1st. Yeah, it's next week.
一般アクセスですね。が、さっき最後エンドス
And your boy got the ultimate edition for this game. I'm gonna check out Eddy.
の場合は4月5日にリリースになります。
Yeah,
So just keep in mind this is the general
Straight off the
access. You can
bat.
see from the slide. That's,
Straight off the bat.
April 5th,
Next
I believe
week.
That's Japan time. If you're in California,
Yeah, Kenny's
you know,
cooming right now.
Pacific Daylight Time. That's the 4th. But that's the general access. So the early access is actually the 1st or the 2nd, depending on your region.
はい。で、
yeah,
あります。
yeah.
イアンパスお持ちの
It was worth it. It was worth it to get the ultimate edition.
もしくは
I can actually play this character
デ
early.
ラックスエディションアップロードパックを購入された方に
Yeah,
関
on
しては
Tuesday.
さっきの時間から
It's gonna be on
70時
Tuesday.
間前から
Yeah, John Ding is smiling right now. I'm pretty sure John Ding is tweeting right now saying that his boy is
so
back.
if you're one of those very excited fans who's purchased the ultimate or deluxe editions from the
Yeah,
start,
that me.
what's included with that is going to be the playable character year 1 pass, so you'll have
Yeah.
early access. Also, if
Yes.
you missed out and got the standard edition at first, you still have a chance if you got the deluxe upgrade as well. So all of these
Yeah.
different versions will give you access to that character year 1
Yeah,
pass, which will give you Eddie,
yes.
access to Eddie
Yes.
on the 2nd of April or the 1st of April, depending on your region.
で追ってお知らせしますが、この
Yep. You know what I'm going to do right now, chat? You know what I'm going to do during that week?
ちょうどメンテナンス入れるんですよ。
Yeah.
メンテナンス中にエディが
Yeah, you know what I'm going to do on that week, chat? On Tuesday. On Tuesday.
ので、まあ皆さんプラクティス。
Yeah, that's a Tuesday for
オ
me.
フラインのモードをエディといえばこの方。
誰だ貴様
皆さん、はじめまして、アメコでございます。
Who are you by the way?
Who are you?
誰だ
I'm Tekken Legend! レジオ
元気
Okay,
Dareda!
sorry, our
Who the
English
hell are
audience
you?
Isn't following at all. We were just mentioning that normally we have
Yeah,
Nakatsu
that,
show off these new characters, etc.
That rage
But
art is
today,
so
as kind of like
dope.
the representative of the player
That
base,
rage
we have a
art
special
is so
guest who
dope
himself is
of
quite
Eddy.
known for being an Eddy player, Hameko.
Hamiko.
はい、よろしくお願いいたします。
今日は、
はい、
ハメコさんが
はい、
初めてエディを触りながら、
うん
中津さんがそれいろいろレクチャーをすると
お
いった形で進めていければなと。やっとエディゴールドスペシャルが始まりました。
始まりましたね、
はいはい
So let's commence with the Eddy Gordo special program here. We're gonna
Yes,
have,
it's good,
this is
Mimi.
actually the first time that Hameko's had his hands on the character, so he's going to be playing for the first time, and Nakatsu is actually going to be.
Or we're going
instructing
to
him
have
on the ins and
character
outs of the character.
demonstration?
So it should be quite entertaining for our audience as well, I believe.
Oh, hell yeah.
マイ
Alright.
エディゴールドの方。まあ、
Okay.
古来からのエディゴールド
Let's
使い
see some Eddy gameplay.
自分まあ、もちろん3の時も結構遊んでましたし、鉄拳4の最初の持ちキャラクリスティ・モンテールだったんですよ。だったり、まあ、タッグ
Yeah, so he's explaining that, you know, Eddy's moveset and Christie's moveset are aligned with each other.
そのあたり含め
But
て
on this version, he's a
So just some
completely different
background on
character.
Hameko himself, you know, he's been known as being an Eddy player. He said, of course, he started playing in Tekken 3 as Eddy, but then again, for Tekken 4, his main character is Christy Montero. Again, with Tekken Tag Tournament 2.
鉄拳と
2だよね. 2, he was using Eddy Gordo as well in his team, obviously. So he is an avid Eddy Gordo fan.
はい
Yes.
なんでまあ今日はまあそのエディのまあ使い方というか
はい
魅力を伝えつつ、まあ実際どうやったらエディが楽しく遊べるかっていうところと、
はい。
まあエディやっぱ対応すると難しいので、
Yeah,
その対応の
that's
方法みたいな
some
ところも
really good drip on
一緒
Eddy.
に伝えていけたらなと思ってます。
So naturally, Nakatsu is going to be instructing all of us on how to have fun with Eddy, but then we realize some people are kind of worried about how do I fight against him. So he's going to give some pointers to those type of people as well.
Alrighty.
はい。で僕がまあこの緑色の
ワンピ側、
ワンピ
左。
So
Eddy
Nakatsu is going to be controlling the one-player
Hameko.
green version and Hameko on the two-player
は
side.
い、で今回まあ
Lucky.
まずコンセプトから言うと新生カポエーラっていうところで、
新生カポエーラ
まあ本当にカポエーラを
うん
もう一回新しく作り直そうっていうところで、まあ、各種構え
うん。
をリニューアルしてます。
So the key concept in the design of the character is like a brand new capoeira, I guess is the closest translation, which is really important
Yes.
because you'll see exactly what we're talking about shortly.
はい。
Mhm.
まあ一応そのこの
Yeah, he has his
これ
stance.
バナネイラ、
バナネーラに。
So Bananera, first off, you know, the handstand that he's quite famous for.
前と両パンチとか後ろと両パンチで逆立ちにいけます。
And you can
Yeah,
also
like
do
it
from,
has mobility
you know,
now.
Backwards in both
Hi.
punches or forward in both punches.
It has a mobility now. Really good
的
mobility.
だったこの座り、
うん。
これネガティーバ。
ネガティバ。
And negativa position where he sits down.
はい。なんでアニメーションと、
うん
まあ技名も含めて
If
全
he
部
has
申請してます
other stances as well.
And so
バ
you
ナ
can,
ネイラとネガティーバ。
Yeah, he
you
can
can tell that
move
the
from
animations have,
stance
been
to another
completely redone
stance.
for this.
I remember there was some
So
story about
before, you
Tekken
know, Eddy
3's
was kind
development
a
of Eddy.
complex character to both play and then to defend.
It was the
against.
first time
So
they
we
did that.
focused on renewing the character, trying to make the animations.
His
look very
elbow is
smooth
plus
and
5
transition,
on block.
together quite smoothly, much like that of.
Has a
actual
little bit
real,
of knockback.
capoeira. And so we focused on mostly the kicks and you know the overall impact visually that they have.
はい。でまあまず覚えてほしいのはこの前両キックで出る
はい。
シャンゴーってこの技ですね。
That's
So first off is
Plus
forward,
9?
Both kicks is a brand new move called Shango.
これもブラジルでよく知られている雷の
Plus
神
9?
様の名前から。そうなんだ。はい。
And apparently the
Yeah.
name comes from a famous god of lightning in Brazil.
でこれは
はい
ヒットすると、まあ
yeah,
ヒー
that's
トを
gonna
発動でき
be
て
that's gonna be a heat
フォワード
rush.
されてもまあマイナス9なので、まあ中間距
It's
離
minus 9,
気軽に
minus
触れる
5,
まあ人流同
or minus 3.
はい。
技になってます。
And you can see that you know it's on hit. Obviously, you go into it's a heat engager, but
A
even
heat
on block,
engager.
you're still at minus 9. So it's
Minus
kind of
9?
like you know Devil Jin or Jin's Demon Paw.
はい。で、
うん
まあその中段
Which is not bad,
下
I
段の
guess.
時はこの 1LK ここですね。 この技を
Ooh,
出していってください。
that's gonna be a
And so
very
also
interesting
mid-range, you're
low
gonna
for him.
power up close a little
That's
bit
plus
too.
5
You're gonna be
on hit.
doing this down back.
It's similar to Dragonov's down back 3 plus 4.
So it's kind of like Eddy didn't have this kind of tool before. He usually had to sidestep while attacking while sidestepping to do something similar to get his approach. So this is kind of like the hatchet kicks that Brian or that has. So it's kind of like the same use.
なんで初めてエディ使う人はまずこの
Yeah, that too.
HLK から覚えてもらって、
Dragonov's or Brian's kick
崩
too.
しとしては
はい
使っていくっていうような
If he gets hit,
So those two moves are some of the main tools you want to use for your approach. And then what your next strategy is, you're going to want to be transitioning to Negativa as whenever you can. And Nakatsu was saying that forward left kick is a good way to get into the Negativa stance.
4-4-3.
これが当たると、
はい
有利が取れるので、ここから左キック2回押すとこの下段から
Oh
ダウンを
god.
奪えて、
Okay.
しかも
And it gives you a
前回
buff.
紹介したんですけど
And so when the kick hits low, it does put you at advantage. So then
こう
you're
いうのを
able
狙ってい
to
く感じです。
Yeah,
press,
so there's a follow-up
LK
for
twice
that.
to do the consecutive kicks. And
There's
when
a
they
follow-up
hit,
for that if
they
it
put
hits.
the Eddy and the Mandinga, which is that kind of icon below the life gauge, kind of a powered up gauge, state.
前々 LK なんですけど、カウンターヒットした時にリターンが
そうなんです
Ooh, that shit is
しゃが
good.
み投げに行けたんですよ。
いけたりですとか、このマンジンガ中の
On hit, and
技
then
がつながったりする
yeah, you can
で
do
そちらが
some
まあ
mix-ups with that.
そうなんです。
を狙えるということですね。
And another way is that by doing this forward left kick on counter hit, it gives you a few other things that you can do. He has a
Forward 4-4.
throw that he can do on crouching opponents, so that kind of
Yep.
connects. Or also, if he does have some sort of Mandinga, the stage 1 or stage 2, gives him another follow-up option as well.
He's gonna be a stress to deal with
中段のこの
because he has so many options whether he's going to do mid or he's going to do
刺さって
low.
ヒート発動
So before, Eddy, he had something similar where he would go into his
That's
relaxed stance,
safe.
to try to open up his opponent, usually with kind of those sweeping kicks. But this time it's been streamlined a little bit more for these techniques.
まあただし、
Alright.
さっき紹介したこの LKLK は、
はい。
Yeah, that's guaranteed. If you get hits, it gives you. Okay, it's not.
One important thing to note is that from the Negativa, when Nakatsu's doing the double left
Alright.
kicks, the first one has to clean hit for the follow-up to
Okay.
actually hit.
なんでクリーンヒットしなくて出し切ってしまうと、
If it doesn't, it's gonna be a
マイナ
punish.
ス13なので
So
反撃を受けちゃう。
if the first hit doesn't clean hit and they block the second, then that
Yeah, that's a
leaves,
punish.
Eddy at minus 13 and open for a punish.
はい。
Yep.
はい。
So as you can see, basically those moves, the down
So he only
back,
has, like,
left
two
kick,
buff.
The Shango to get in,
Like
and
reload.
then opening up your opponent from Negativa is the basic
Negativa.
strategy that you're going to want to employ.
Yep.
Next, we want to go into Bananera, the handstand move, right?
Yeah, the handstand.
So this, unlike Negativa, which is used to kind of open up your opponent, this is more of like how you kind of launch your offense.
Okay.
で直接こう言ってもいいんですけど、まあ、これはなかなかリスクがあるので、まあ、今回エディがスラッシュキックみたいな技を手に入れていて、
はい。
Okay.
スラッシュキック。
So you
これ
could
ですねこれをガードさせると、
うん
安全にバナネーラに行けます。
So you can of course choose to go directly into Bandanera, but that puts you at great risk. So one of the options is to perform his slash kick, the while running 3,
While running
which
three.
will transition into Bandanera as well.
もしくはこの LKLK。
Yeah,
これから
because it actually gives you
マイナスなんですけど
knockback
も
and some
まあ
space.
逆立ちバナネーラに行けると。
Yeah, it is actually a safe
Choose to do
route.
LKLK, which also puts you into Bandanera, leaves you at minus 3, but that's not too much of a minus.
はい。で、まあそこからどういうことをやるか
If
という
you're
と。
going to do that move, if it whips, you're still safe.
これを出すと、
Yeah.
ガードさせて有利な展開を取って、
Because there's a really good knockback
So from
when
Bandanera, if you do the LP,
they're blocking it.
actually
そういうことです。
gives you some advantage, which then sets you up to go into Negativa and then to continue your offense from there.
Yep.
なので、
はい。
You have to guess whether he's going to do a low or a mid with that stance that he's going to utilize.
So you take the advantage with that LP, then you hit them with those lit kicks, which then again powers up one stage of the Mandinga.
You need to have like a knowledge check on Eddy. And he's going to pull stuff like this. And that's a
逆
power crush
立ち
move.
はそういった切り返しの読み合いも発生します。
And you can see from button and arrow, you have a few offensive tools, but then if someone's trying to crush that or knock you out of the stance with an attack, he also has a power crush from that stance.
Jesus.
これですよね。
ああ、そうですね。
Oh, hey, he's back 3-3.
So, another kind of fine detail to share with you all is that his stance has changed a bit. If
Yep.
you recall Tekken 7 and previously, Eddy, when he was hit from the negativa, it put him in kind of a down state. So even if you were successful,
Kenny's gonna be happy about these
So
moves.
it's actually treated as a standing
Ooh,
stance.
It's a punish
so,
now.
If you punish him, actually you have
It's a
access to
punishable
lot
move
more,
now.
Options offensively.
まあこんな感じ。はい。
はい。
なんか
こんな感じ。
Okay, it's
So,
still
as Eddy
safe.
is vulnerable because he is in a standing technically during the negativa. This is a big change from Tekken 7. He also has options though. He can guard from or block from negativa, which he couldn't previously do.
まあ
Okay.
といったところも整理して、まあ、エディ専用の対応を、まあ、しなくていいように、なるべく、まあ、一般的なキャラクターに近いような、まあ、読み合いになるように整理してました。
So we streamlined him so that you don't have to remember all these kind of special circumstances when fighting
Yes.
Eddy to make him more like the other characters.
はい、他なんか
はい
気になったのがあります？うん。
まあネガティブはワナネイラーの話は
うん。
多分やっていくと
He really has like
深くなって
good
深いですね。
gimmicks
はい。
or very
まんじゅうのね
polished or
ちょっと説明していただいて
refurbished gimmicks now on this
まとめ
game.
ていけたらいいかなと思います。はい。
はい、じゃあなんでマンジンガはまあさっき話したようにここから
はい。
レベルを
Yeah, that low is
ま
gonna
あ
be a
一部の技が当
problem.
たると
はい。
この体力ゲージの下にあるこの風の
Yeah,
Mandinga
buff
level.
gauge.
マンジンガレベルがアップして強化されると。
はい。で、
Is it only
この
maximum 2?
マンジンガが何かっていうと、まあ、逆立ち状態から、
うん。
出る技が増えて、
はい
逆立ち状態が強化される。
So now the question was just from Hameko to explain a little bit more about this new mechanic, the Mandinga. I think it's called Mandinga if you read it in Portuguese, perhaps. So just, what is this? And so Nakatsu is just saying it's a way that you power up your character and gives you even more options from Bananera, the handstand. So there are 2 levels. So Nakatsu is going to get
Yeah,
into
2
level
levels.
2 and then have Hameko get into level 1 just so you can compare.
はい、出せる技がまあその、
はい。
ここから両キック
Ooh. That's a
逆立ちから
very
崩しの
flashy
要素
move.
下段攻撃が
イアンさんマンジンガ。
So from the handstand, you can do this kind of low mid attack combo to open up your opponent if you're in this powered up state.
でレベル1だと、
はい
こけないのでやってみてもらっていいですか？
You notice with just the first power
It
up,
doesn't
down your opponent.
yeah, it doesn't knock
で
down
しか
your
もまあこの
opponent.
強化状態は
on level 1,
ラウンド
but
が
level
継続なので
2,
何かを
it
消費
does.
してあの技が打てるこういう技が打てるようになってます。
Yep.
And the difference between this is that with this mechanic as compared to other characters and other mechanics is that you're not using some kind of a gauge or it doesn't deplete itself.
Oh,
you keep the
that's
powered up
good.
status.
That's good.
消費性ではなく、
But it's also gonna be a trouble
マン
too.
ジンガレベルはラウンドの中では例えばこの
そういう
単弁的な蹴りですとか、パワークラッシュ
パワークラッシュを打つ
が、はい、
Alrighty.
強力だよっていうと
はい。
ころだったんですけど、このマンジンガ
Yeah, he's gonna be a
も
very
そこもできるようになる
good
よっていうのが
そうなん
character.
ですよ。ここから
はい。
こういうとこから
うん
Oh my god, it doesn't stop.
もいけるし、もちろんそのさっきの通り攻めを継続する技から座りに行く。
はい
Jesus, that low.
で下段を嫌がる人にもう一つ技があって、
はい、まだ。
逆立ちから後ろ歩けで出るこれですね。ジャンプステータスの中段攻撃。
うん。
And so the idea is that although you're powered up and you're not depleting it, it's just for that round. So you're powered up for the remainder of the round. And this gives you even more access to tools from the handstand. So you don't have to go back to negative to open up your opponent necessarily.
Okay.
And Nakatsu was just showing off. Previously, you had that kind of low-mid combination, but there was another one where he hits a mid single attack right now.
Ooh,
He
okay.
just did.
Gives you
that
stagger on
actually
that
has
state.
aerial jump status. Important part of this is that even if blocked, Eddy is plus frames on that move when he's in the power-up state.
He's a
And there's a
plus.
difference between the state 1 and state 2.
Yeah, with all this new gimmick that Eddy has, I'm gonna feel that he's gonna be a top tier character.
でこれが これちょっとフリー
That low that he has is already good.
避けられますよ。
はい、そういった、まあ、攻めの展開駆け引きが、
And with the stands and the 50-50 mix-ups that he will be providing in the match. Oh god.
A bit weak to kind of low, maybe trying to find the non-vulgar term, the crouch punch, I guess you could say.
これも
Okay,
But
so
for this
down
if you read
one.
your opponent doing that, you can then do that mid kick that he was just showing off.
Alright.
はい
といった感じで、まあ、マンジンガを貯めると、
So you can punish that with down one.
強くなっていきますってところで、
はい。
まあさ
Or
最初
crouching
の
one.
この技が重要になって
Yeah, that's
So to get
low.
access to those tools, though, you want to power up
That
the
low is
Manjiga
insane.
level. So that means that you're going to want to use those kick combinations from Negativa that Nakatsu was showing.
はい。
And the particular move he's showing now is
And
a
that
down back,
or
right
that
kick,
buff
right kick.
doesn't
It's a very
actually
famous capoeira
deplete.
technique. It's actually even featured in Batuka, which is a famous manga here in Japan that covers capoeira.
これでやっぱり知りましたね。座りというよりも。
はい
That move is back.
And so Hamiko is just really excited that there's a lot of references that are similar to Batuki, the manga, because obviously both that author and our team is quite passionate about capoeira and representing it authentically.
Nice.
And Nakatsu was just explaining that one of the game designers, Guerrero is his kind of nickname, I guess you could say.
Jesus.
Sasamori, he's a game designer on our team who's very high-level capoeirista who has a connection with the author from that manga as well. And so you see a lot of
Yeah, on hit.
inspiration
That's
back and forth
insane.
there.
はい、でまあ振り技を
うん
たくさん打ってるだけでも技がつながって、
はい。
Holy
流れ
crap.
が
Okay.
流れて
Alright,
楽しいって
I'm seeing some
やっ
stuff.
ぱり大事だと思ったの
うん。
で、LK 連打していると逆立ちや座りを行き来して
Holy
最後
crap.
マンジンガレベルがたまるみたいな。
And you get
ま
a
あ
get a
初心者は
buff
こう
on
いう
that.
ルートがおすすめですね。
And so we went a bit in the weeds with all these kind of fine details, but just to kind of overcap, you can
Hey,
see
it's back.
Eddy. The base is that he has these very flashy kicks that you can do with just a similar, simultaneous button press.
Jesus.
And they kind of flow together like a dance, right? And so it's very kind of satisfying for even beginner players who had their first time with Eddy.
なんで LK
Yeah, they're going to mash it. They're going to mash 3, 4, 4, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 3.
ネガティブに
Stands 3, stands 4,
ネガティブ
low
下段
3.
攻撃で
I can see it now. I can see it now. People
So,
using
Nakatsu
Eddy.
is currently just pressing LK only.
But in all fairness,
Two
these
times gets
those
you
are
into the
dope
Negativa
moves.
stance, and then from there some more presses of the L kick,
Ooh.
the left kick.
Nice. That's a
complete
good.
combo, and
That's a
when he's
good
finished, he
combo.
gets a powered up Majinga.
はい。でまあ今ハメコがやってくれたように、
うん。
ビリバもLK だけになっているので、
Uh,
3LK だけになっているので、
Not bad of a combo, and you get a buff
LK を連
after
打
that.
しておくと、まあ自動的にコンボがつながって、マン
Jesus.
ジンガレベルが上がるって言ったらこういった楽しい
Decent damage.
簡単
Very
な
decent damage.
ルートも用意してます。
And so it's quite entertaining just to he's very accessible and to have these attacks that flow
Holy crap.
naturally into these states, ending with powered up Mandinga.
まあ、旧
Pretty sure that's
来
punishable.
の動きの中で楽しかった要素もしっかり
Or
計
not.
算されてるので、
And then you can see repeatedly pressing the right kick as well will give you a succession of different kicks. Followed up with kind
Yes.
of that cartwheel. So you can see,
I guess
this is one of the things that
it's
made Eddy
sidesteppable.
initially quite entertaining for people who are new to the game as well. So we tried
Yeah,
to
pretty
kind
sure
of keep
he's
that going.
sidesteppable,
こうな
chat.
んで適当にこうパンチだったりキックを押してもなんか
Holy
自動的に
crap.
技がつながってそれっぽく動けるみたいなところもしっかりエディの魅力だと思うのでそこは残ってますんで
It's gonna be interesting.
Special style みたいな感じだね。
そうスペシャルスタイルを使わないスペシャルスタイルで自分オリジナルなんで、ま
あ
あ、そんな感じですかね。
So it's quite entertaining because even if you're not a Tekken expert, you can just kind of press different buttons and see what happens.
Yes,
and they all kind of
the
come
quote unquote
together in a
press the
really clean-looking,
buttons.
Combo that looks like a dance almost.
Yes.
まあここまで
うん
構えとそしてマンジンガっていうエディならではの要素を。
はい。
I can also see it in the future, chat. He's gonna be number one. He's gonna overtake Dragonov in character usage in
途
ranked.
中のエディはまあどうなるのかというところで、まずじゃあヒートを発動します。
はい。
So now that we've covered some of the basics of Eddy, I believe maybe everyone's kind of interested to see what he's like in heat state, right?
でヒ
Yeah.
ットスマッシュは、
Heat
こんな感じ
smash.
の技になってます。
So this is what his heat smash looks like.
でヒ
Pretty
ート中のエディは、
はい
強化されヒート中にしか出せない技が2つあって、
はい
どちらも
There are two moves that he can only do in heat state.
バナネイラもしくはネガティーバに行くっていうような、例えばこのヒート中に両キッ
Okay.
クと出せる、
So on heat, you can do it on
When you're
negativa.
in the heat state, you can do this one where he
これをガードさせて
transitions
も
to the
有利で、
はい
Baneta,
時は
then
コンボに行
negativa.
けると。
Ooh, that's a
技になってます。
that's a combo starter.
transitions into the bananera stance, but on hit, you can follow it up with a combo.
なんで攻めやすくなってるんですね。なんでもう一つは
I think that's fast.
Another one is if you perform a quarter circle forward and right kick, he performs this kick.
なんで攻めの起点になる強い技が2つ追加されている。
Holy crap.
And so in the heat state, he gains access to two of these techniques that make it easier for him to go on the offense.
Ooh.
技名も生かしてますね。ジャハイヤリベラードって技。
リベラー
Oh, he can do
And
stance
then,
if it's
quarter circle
blocked.
backward and right kick, I believe, is the technique that Hamiko was doing. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the name.
Another 50-50.
Another interesting characteristic of Eddy is that he has access to the same heat smash from both Bananera and Negativa stances.
Yeah.
So you can continue up your pressure. So this kind of new version, the overhauled Eddy, is just got a focus on having these flowy techniques, with Eddy having many different options to try to open up your opponent and to have fun going on offense.
でここでちょっとそのヒートのエディのヒートで面白いなと思ったところが、
はいはいはい。
他の鉄拳8のこういう強化を自己強化要素を持っているキャラクターっていうのは、基本的にそのヒートとその強化システムを結びついてる。
そうですね。
Yeah, I'm pretty sure on
ブライ
heat
アン
he's gonna be a
まあ
monster
レオ
to
と
deal
もそうだ
with.
し
うん。
なのでエディは全くそこは
But
関係ない
with all
So,
that
so,
is shown right
な
now,
んですけど、
you'll have to think twice of what moves he's going to use against you for pressure.
はいはいはい、そうです。
これがあるってことはつまり
So you really need to have your A game and your knowledge check about this character.
使いやすいゲヘロいったら
I know some of the moves would be punishable or can be sidesteppable,
これでこの攻めをいったら
but we don't know for sure.
じゃあそうなんですよ。
そう
And
万人
with
が
his
思った状
buff,
態でヒートに行った方が強い
And with this buff, it's actually
はい、
it's that's gonna be a good
攻め
thing.
方に崩しの要素になって強いっていう。
So what Hamiko is just trying to say is that a lot of the other characters that have some kind of heat mechanics that power them up, say Brian or Asuka, they have access to some kind of new techniques or some kind of powered up technique, right? Where Eddy, it's a little bit different because he has Majinga outside of this. So you want to maybe first get to the second stage of Majinga, and then when you're in the heat state, you have access to the heat powers, but also Majinga as well.
That's a
To more easily open up your
okay. That's a good move to start. Like
まあ
his
なんでやっぱりそのまず最初にマンジンガを貯める
Rising New One.
間違いないです。
うん
はい。
So first step, you want to power up the Majinga level.
ことによって
Majinga.
そのヒート発動がより
うん。
凶悪になるのかなという
そうですね。
感じします
そういっ
ね。
たのがセオリーになります。
はい。
Because then the heat state power up will be even all more threatening because you have that as well.
Yeah, if you have like two buffs of that and then you're in heat, oh god. Pray that you're able to block all of his lows, mids, and
マン
gimmicks.
ジンガに行くとちょっと
So Hamiko is just wondering about if there's some kind of demerit for Eddy doing that animation when he goes into the Majinga, which maybe for the first stage it is, but
Jesus.
he stops doing that
これですよね。
animation
うん
during the second stage.
溜まってないと
ハマってないとマンジンがレベルを上げるところで必ず一回ポーズ挟む。
なんですけど
Obviously, the general theory is going to be you want to power up the Majinga level, regardless of that animation or not. And then that will kind of give you more access to your offensive strategies. And you're going to want to kind of form your offensive structure accordingly.
Okay.
And Hamiko-san wanted to go into more...
So it's kind of like
even more fine
an
detail
advantage
side
for
stuff
you
first to let you guys know what we're talking
to
about. And then,
do
we're gonna
some
proceed.
damage
Yeah,
and
very
gimmicks.
excited, as you can tell.
でまあちょっとさっき結構こうエディを触
Which
ら
is
せて
honestly a
いただい
good
て
thing. because this game it just rewards you if you have really good buffs,
うん、
遠距離からまあ機動力
or if your character has a really good Oki Zemi 50-50.
So he's saying that you know his strategy, and probably the basic strategy for this character previous iterations was kind of from long range you want to tend to poke with the Faiska, the kind of round kick or other kind of long reaching techniques, and then when your opponent tries to rush in to close the distance, smack them with that elbow and fish for a counter hit.
ただ今回そういったその今までにものすごい主力技だったそういったこの肘のコトベラだったり
Oh, okay. It doesn't have that stun animation if he's using the elbow now.
そういう戦術を使ってもそんなになんかそのパワーが出ない。
あ、そうですね。鉄拳7のような戦い方をすると、
はい
まあ、今回の新生カポエラのエディの本来のポテンシャルを引き出せないような作りになっています。
まあ、例えばですけど、ごめんなさい、投げちゃった。
どうぞ
はい。コトベラだがカウンターでも
Oh, okay.
はい。
Never mind.
はい。まあ攻めることはできますけど、
So
ガッシュがされたりね。
what Hamiko's trying to say is that like the standard tools you used in the previous iterations aren't going to get you that much damage this time. Like the elbow he's just showing on counter hit doesn't lead to a combo, but
Yep.
Your opponent can actually side roll. So if you want to use Eddy effectively, you want to adjust your strategies this time around.
More stance, slow, 3,
これ
4.
は
見てくださいこれ。
上段に
はいはい。
上段になってます。だから
つまり
しゃがんでると当たらない。
In Feist got this double kick here that many Eddies used to use as part of their offense.
Yes.
Is now high attack. So you
It's a
can-
high now.
もちろん当たった時はコンボにいけるっていうのは変わらないですけど。
Still goes to combo though if it hits. And so just again, he's not like the poke heavy character that many people are used to from past installments.
あと
So you can't rely on those moves. But Nakatsu just mentioned that. Well, yeah, I mean we kind of drastically overhauled the character because we want to show a more streamlined character, and such he has more different ways of enjoying the character.
まあただ
Okay.
ファイスカも横移動
Seems
が
reasonable.
サイズぐらい出ないというかその
But then
横移
again,
動
people would still use him and just mash.
まああと気になってるとしてはエディって
Not hating on the character, but that's how people play Eddy since Tekken 3.
うん。
酒精度がま
And so Hamiko was just saying one of the things he relied on was that it was really quick to do those kind of double spinning kicks from a sidestep, where the animation is a bit different this time around. And it's a little bit slower on the startup. But that said, that's because Eddy has a lot more other improved areas, and he's been streamlined to be closer to the other characters. Like
That's a
Nakatsu was showing
combo
on the
now.
backstep.
Okay.
It's not that super fast backstep it used to be. But in return, he gets a better sidestep, which he didn't really have in past installments.
今回のエディでは弱くなる。
And there's risk
Ooh.
to some of the moves that used to evade and counterattack from previous installments.
ア
So
ルセロスも
Yeah, that's his down back 1+2.
しゃがみ投げは入る。
はい
like this current attack he's doing now doesn't go into a combo like it used to,
Yep.
but you can follow it up with a crouching
A throw.
etc.
はい。なんでこの辺は結構仕様
Crouching throw.
が変わってると思います。
このしゃがみ投げも自分はバトゥーキで見た
はい。
So
ビンガチーバですね
ビンガチーバー。
はい
you're gonna want to kind of reevaluate the main techniques that are your go-tos when you pick up this character for Tekken 8.
It's not a launcher anymore, but it's actually a startup for your crouching throw
マンジンガ
that he has.
バナネイラネガチーバの部分で鉄拳7で軒並み強かった、ちょっといわゆるローリスクな戦い方っていう部分は軒並みちょっと弱くなっているので、その辺は使っていきながら、慣れていってもらいたいなと思います。
So Nakatsu is just reiterating that those kind of pokes and the relatively safe offensive tools you had before maybe aren't as effective this time, but in return he's gotten a lot more more high-powered attacks that are brand new for this one.
カポエラの笹森君のキャプチャーも、元の素材がいいんですけど、アニメーター
Yeah, he goes to a stance, another stance.
カポエラを習って
あ
So Nakatsu just mentioned the animation of these kind of free-flowing attacks have been completely redone, right? So it looks more natural and more realistic. And this is in part, because one of the game designers, Sasamori, is really high-level capoeirista, but also even the animators who, kind of, they touch it up by hand after the motion capture. They actually
Nice.
did capoeira themselves to get a feel for what
Nice,
it's
that's
actually
good.
like, and to make sure that it feels authentic in the game once they have their work completed.
もうコンボなんかも完全に変わっていて結構かっこいいコンボがいっぱいできるようになりましたね。
そうですね、さっきお見せしたトレーラーの中でもいろいろやってると思うんで、後でまた見直して、使うときに参考にしてもらえればなと思います。
エディがねこう、
Yeah, that move.
そうなんです。
動いたというか
こういったところも強くなってますね。
That
And so
move.
Eddy,
It's not.
he
If
almost
you
has, like, a
if you
mighty
get
attack
hit, it's
like,
not even a.
while
It's not even a
three.
counter. It's a launch. It's a launcher.
Not three, sorry, two.
Yeah, like Jesus
結構
Christ.
扱いやすいキャラにはなってると思
う
うんです。
ん
So he should be a lot easier to pick up and play than before.
I'm sure. Sure he is.
はい。
はい
かなり
ん
エディの
Oh my God.
今
Okay, so you can actually
Yeah, we really
do
went into the weeds with,
rising 2 and then
these
up
fine details of
forward
Eddy.
4.
なんでエディ使いたいな
Holy
って人は
crap.
この配信のそのアーカイブをちょっと見直してもらって
Oh my god, that
どうしたらいい
damage.
んだろうっていうところもちょっと今いくつか詰まってたと思う、
はい
対応策
うんうん
含めて、後で見直してもらいつつ実際配信の時に楽しく遊んでもらえればなと思います。
So leading up to that update next week, for people who are looking forward to trying out Eddy, we'll help you check out the archive again just to kind of get some pointers. And for those of people who are dreading facing Eddy online,
Dreading.
a few pointers in there for you too.
That's
So
good.
we hope you'll check it out again.
はい
Yeah,
他に何か
yeah, I'm
気になるとこ
really
ろありますか
looking forward. I'm really looking forward to Eddie and what he has in store for this game. That's gonna be an interesting move.
いやもう
So props to Tekken, to the Tekken crew with this character demonstration
すごい
of Eddie.